What's up, graphic designers? In this video tutorial, we're going to learn how to structure a narrative for our 4-panel comic strip. And I know that you guys created these really great 4-panel comic strips before the spring break. So there's Chris's, here we got Genkai's. This looks lovely. Nice job with Andrew. And you guys submitted your work as both a JPEG and a PSD, which is amazing. Here's Joyce with Olivia. This looks great. So here on out, you're going to want to make sure that you submit everything as a PSD in addition to a JPEG, because we're going to be making lots of revisions, and you'll see what I mean as the week progresses. Very quickly, Karen, you got to make sure that your comic template is on top, because here you've got these images on top, and you want to drag them to the bottom of the layers palette. And we'll take a look at a few more. Here's Olivia's. This looks lovely. Nice job. Here's Kian. And so I know when I look at these that clearly there's no dialogue bubbles. There's no narrative. We'll take a look at a few more of these comics from period 9. Nice job, Bryant. Nice job, Casey. Looks good. Here we've got, so Derek did the first panel. I'm looking forward to seeing the remaining 3 panels. Nice job. This looks awesome. Can't wait to see a background. Here we've got, looks like Pauline. She's on Mars? I'm not really sure where she is. And here we've got Virginia. Nice job. All right, so how exactly do we structure this comic? Well, we know that comics go from left to right, and the person on the left of each panel is the person that's speaking first. So what you're going to need to do is you need to go into Google Docs, and you're going to need to think about who's speaking and what they're saying. So I know that in my comic it's 4 panels. Mr. Droz is speaking first, and then Cole, and then Droz, and then Cole. And you're going to write your comic narrative so it looks a little bit like this. And here's an example from Calvin and Hobbes. So you're going to write a little script, and then in tomorrow's class I'm going to show you how to create these dialogue bubbles. So here's an example. Did you bring something for show and tell? You bet. I brought these charred rocks and ashes from my backyard. See? Dramatic proof that UFOs landed not 100 feet from my house. Their retro rockets burned solid rock into this fragile gray dust cube. And then last panel, Susie says, this is an old charcoal briquette. Even as we speak, aliens are undoubtedly infiltrating the highest levels of our government. That is timeless. It seems like it's certainly true today, even though that this was written about 20 years ago. Let's take a look at one other example from Calvin and Hobbes. So again, you're going to write something that looks a little bit like this, and Calvin starts off, boy, did I get in trouble in school today. Wow. And then Hobbes says, what happened? I don't even want to talk about it. And here, you know, there's clearly no dialogue, but it's pacing this narrative, and then it closes. Did it have anything to do with all those sirens about noon? I said I don't want to talk about it. And so what commonality do these 2 comic strips have? And in fact, many comic strips have. Well, typically they start off with a question. Did you bring anything for show and tell? Show and tell in the first panel. What happened? How did you get in trouble in school today? And so we're going to be applying a question in the first panel of this comic as well. And here's my script. A white pizza? Who eats a white pizza? So that's the question. And then Cole says, tomato sauce is overrated. That's absurd. Why? What do you eat? Dro says, the same thing everyone enjoys. Cole says, cheese, pepperoni, clams. Clams? On your pizza? And do you eat your pizza with a spoon? And, you know, I'm looking at this, and less is more. There's not a lot of space in these panels, so I'm going to simplify it just a tad. I'm going to delete that. You're going to want to close with like maybe a little bit of a punchline, and here it's, do you eat your pizza with a spoon? You know what? This isn't brilliant. This is, you know, your comic can be trivial. It can be amusing. It can be about life under lockdown in this quarantine, or it can be about, you know, the old normal, or maybe our new normal. I can't wait to see your work. You're going to submit just this manuscripts, just these lines of text, and then in tomorrow's class we're going to be superimposing it in Photoshop. Cannot wait to see your work. Good luck.